No, Meghan Markle likes to write those letters with calligraphy, don't we? Oh, yes. But what was the letter that she wrote to Her Majesty the Queen, our reigning monarch of 70 years? Let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. You're all right. Thank you so much for taking the time out today. Yes, not bad. Now, by the way, I'm glad you enjoyed our matinee. Yes, it's marvellous that, isn't it? Sabre of Scotland Yard. Wonderful sort of episode. And there's a few of them, actually, if you want to check them out on YouTube. But I just like the fact that they're one of those sort of entertaining things. And I think, as I said to you before, anything with sort of crime and London in that particular period looks so exciting. And yet, when you think about it, they were made very cheaply, but very well written and, more importantly, very well acted. Now, someone who's been accused, of course, of being acting all the time is none other than the former cable TV actress, otherwise known as Meghan Markle. Sometimes, of course, when she's selling things like jam, the Duchess of Sussex. Now, according to a very well-placed source, Meghan did this because she was very unhappy about living in Frogmore Cottage. Let me explain. Now, as we know, when Meghan and Harry lived in Frogmore Cottage, apparently Oprah Winfrey, the chat show doyen, was absolutely stunned, apparently, at how they were living. I mean, yeah, it's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? There you are, living rent-free, virtually, on the grounds, of course, of royal lodges and all that sort of stuff. Security, everything you needed, staff, meals made for you. You know, you really had a wonderful life. Now, as we know, it wasn't good enough for Meghan. She didn't even like or enjoy living in Kensington Palace. Apparently that was no place to bring up children, and far too much in the centre of London, where she was going to be chased by paparazzi. The very same paparazzi that she tipped off every time she went out of Kensington Palace when she was first dating Prince Harry, to basically let them know who she was, when she was, and whether they wanted to write about her. Right, Meghan? I know, because I was there. What's interesting, though, is according to a very well-placed source, and this is an excellent source that worked alongside our wonderful monarch for many years, according to them, and as ever we have to say allegedly, well, Meghan did write to Her Majesty the Queen to request an appointment. And not only that, she wished to discuss about the options of moving into Windsor Castle. I kid you not. Now, Harry apparently thought this was a good idea too, because they felt, of course, that, you know, if they were to move into Windsor Castle, particularly with Her Majesty the Queen at her advanced age, not only that, it would be company for her, and Meghan could learn the ropes from simply the best. Now, when you think about it, you can understand the deviousness and the idea behind this particular plotline, can't you? If you think Harry and Meghan moving into Windsor Castle, normally only really designed for the reigning monarch. Even, of course, William and Catherine were not living in Windsor Castle, although very close. Now, apparently what happened was she could not get a one-to-one with Her Majesty the Queen. And what really infuriated Meghan was the fact that Princess Catherine did. They regularly took tea. But as I would point out to you on this particular segment, the whole point was that Her Majesty the Queen would go through the rudiments of what happens when you are consort, you know, reigning queen. Very much training people along the way. A lovely, lovely lady. Whatever people think about Her Majesty the Queen, she was always thinking of other people and trying to make the path smoother. Apparently Meghan could not understand why she did not get the same treatment. She thought after the trip on the train they were best buddies, you know, Bezzy friends, whatever you want to call it. It never happened. The move into Windsor didn't happen, and that truly is why Megxit started to develop thick and fast, and they thought that the threat of moving away was going to be the threat that would turn the Queen's mind to maybe allowing them both to move into Windsor Castle. Never happened though, did it? Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.